All right guys, what is going on today? I'm really excited for this. So today we are going to be actually doing a tutorial on how to create a killer thumbnail. So essentially speaking guys, what we're going to want to do is go into create a design. So here you're going to want to type in YouTube thumbnail, and the reason why you're going to do this is because YouTube actually has certain measurements for a thumbnail just to make sure it is looks good. And so you're going to want to click on YouTube thumbnail like I just did. From here guys, what you're going to want to do is you can either do template, which I actually like to use kind of on the hurry, and when it's like you're kind of rushed and maybe looking to get a thumbnail out that's really good looking, just to kind of go into some of these. There's some that just look really good, and then you can essentially manipulate the words hello, things like that. So this is really good for beginners who really don't want to spend a lot of time or just really new to it, and maybe you're kind of overwhelmed with what to do. Totally a fair solution to do. So I'd recommend actually using a template if you're new and just want to get something out quick. And you can also manipulate these more than I just did. So if you go to a template, what you can actually do guys is you can actually come in here and remove the girl, remove the background, and then you can actually do some things, and then you can add text. I understand that the point of this tutorial isn't really to show you guys how to use a template, because this is kind of like, this is pretty self-explanatory, but I just wanted you guys to see exactly what you have the ability to do with this software. I do have Canva Premium. It's like $12.99 a month. I actually use it so much that I totally recommend it. Basically, essentially speaking, the premium gets you logos, and then it gets you a few other things. I'll show you guys a few more minutes. So here you can see right here it says Pro. Pro is only available to Canva Pro people, so that's the premium. If you're just starting out guys, I would definitely recommend just sticking with the basic version. I kind of upgraded to Pro because it gives you a little bit of added stuff, but I definitely don't think it's required by any means. So anyways guys, let's get right into what I would call a killer thumbnail. So for me personally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get an upload that I have of me kind of acting excited. So the first thing you want to do guys is find a thumbnail, a picture of you where you're excited about something and pointing at an object. So I'm gonna give you guys a really good example here. As you guys can see, I do this all the time. So here is a picture of me. We're gonna go ahead and delete the background because I wanna show you guys exactly how to do this. So we have a white template, a white, whatever you wanna call it, canvas here. Canvas, that's funny. And so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna take this white template and we're gonna actually put a picture of you, in this case me, onto this template. And essentially from here guys, one of the things that's really beneficial to the $12.99 guys is the ability to do a background remover. So here we can come in and remove this background remover. I don't believe this is in Canva regular basic. It helps a ton. I do think that sometimes when you remove the background of an image, it can actually kind of look really fake. So you got to watch that. For this one, we're gonna hope that it's not super fake looking, but also there are some thumbnails on YouTube that are really fake looking. So you kind of choose your battle there. So as you guys can see here, this is a picture of me, ta-da. I got a haircut recently, but that doesn't matter. So here we have a picture of me. I'm gonna move this over because you obviously don't want it to take up the whole space. So what we're gonna do from here, guys, is we're actually gonna put that in the corner so that it kind of is looking like, hey, look at what I'm about to show you. So from here, what we're gonna wanna do, guys, is we are gonna want to add a background. So for this specific one, I'm a huge blue guy. It's just my favorite color, and some of these other backgrounds, I mean, you could do anything you want, like a landscape, but like, let's just be honest, that doesn't look realistic. And at the end of the day, no one's gonna click on that unless your other stuff, I just don't think people click on ones that look super fake, because then it's just like, what is that? So anyways, guys, for this specific one, we're gonna use a light blue sky. I just think this is a beautiful looking color background, so we're gonna do this. I am gonna move myself up a little bit more. You want it to align with the actual picture really well. And the reason why you want this, guys, is just so that the proportions are even and you're not really like sticking out in some way, because when someone sees this thumbnail, your thumbnail on the actual screen, you want them to pick it because it's gonna look better and different than the other ones that they see. So from here, guys, what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna come over here to text. So this is one of the easiest ways to add text is you go to recently used or pick one. Some of these are kind of weird, but I usually pick this one. I take out the ones with the holes, meaning this where it's just an outline. I don't really like that. I like the full vibrant one. So I'm gonna take this. So far we have a picture of me and then a text box. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna manipulate this, and then we're gonna do, let's just say I do tech as a YouTuber. So basically we're gonna do tech thumbnail. But for this, I'm actually gonna show you guys, let's go back to that, cool. We're gonna make a thumbnail that says killer thumbnail. So how to make a killer thumbnail. Now, I know you're probably freaking out because I'm going way off the page here. So you can select it, Control All, come up here to 100 and make it nice and small. So what we're gonna wanna do from here, guys, is we're actually gonna want to correct our spelling mistakes. Obviously, I was a little rushed when I did that. And so what we're gonna wanna do, guys, is we're gonna really wanna see what we wanna work with here. So we have a background, we have a picture of us. The next thing we're gonna do, I like to stay focused, but I also wanna get it done, is we're gonna wanna come over to our picture of us. So I am here, you're gonna be there too, and then we're gonna wanna click on that. We're gonna wanna do edit image. Now, there's nothing wrong with what I look like there. There's nothing wrong with what you look like, but the problem is that I kinda look washed out because it's a digital transformation of the picture. From here, what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna come over to contrast, and we're gonna wanna turn that up. But before we do that, we're gonna actually wanna turn the brightness up and the contrast. So you wanna fidget with these until they are kind of to your liking. You don't wanna make yourself look like you have like a problem or that you're kind of like, you don't wanna make it look super artificial. Like if I turn the saturation up, it looks like I got a really good tan, which is funny, but not to the people looking at your thumbnails. So I would say that's pretty good. Hopefully on your end it looks pretty good. And then I have noticed that when you turn up the blur, turn down the blur by a smidge, actually adds clarity to the image. So I would say that's pretty good. I look normal and healthy. That's what I would kind of put it at. You want to look normal and healthy. You can turn up the contrast a little bit more if you want to add it kind of pop contrast. So see how it pops a little bit, adds kind of like I'm at a studio. So you can do all that in Canva, guys. That's one of the best reasons why I use Canva, is because Photoshop is just like, that's like a whole Saturday afternoon to learn Photoshop, and this is just a little bit more self-explanatory. So from here, guys, what we're gonna wanna do is we have our yellow text. Now, I don't really like yellow here. So what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna make this white. You're gonna wanna have it contrast. For this specific one, what we're gonna do is we're actually going to delete some of this. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna cut it. So Command X, and then we're gonna actually make it its own text box. From here, we're actually gonna make this smaller. You want it to all kind of look good. You want it to have it so that someone's like, wow, that actually looks professional versus, you know, someone made it in 5 minutes. So from here, what we're gonna wanna do, guys, is we have ourselves 2 text boxes. Now, I would say this looks fairly professional, but like that doesn't really pop. It does, but what we're gonna wanna do next, guys, is we're gonna wanna change some themes. Now, some fonts. Now, what I recommend is go to Google and type in best fonts for Canva quotes or text. And what you're gonna find is Montserrat, let's see if I can find it. Montserrat, let's see, extra bold. See, I like that. And then what we're gonna do is do this one, Montserrat extra bold. And then we're gonna take it like this. So you guys can pick and choose. I think there are some fonts that, like, weirdly enough, psychologically do better. So let's see if we actually like the yellow. So you can come over here, guys, and you can actually come to the where it says the colors. Then you can actually pick your color, and then you can slide it over so you get the exact color that you want. Cool part is you can actually make it literally the color. Like, you can Google like a lemon of like a yellow lemon, and it'll tell you the most yellow font that there is. So this is really cool, guys. And from here, what we're gonna wanna do is we make that yellow. I think that pops a little bit more. Is we're gonna wanna come here, and then we're gonna wanna make our thumbnail. So what I'm gonna do, follow this closely, guys, is that I'm actually gonna put a box behind the thumbnail so it pops. How to make a killer thumbnail. So what we're gonna do is come over to elements, and we're gonna do square. And then, here we go. Nope, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do this guy. I think that might, nope, we're gonna do a shape. Yep, so we're gonna do this guy. I hope this is the right one. Some of the shapes, you guys gotta watch it. When you get a membership to Canva, sometimes you gotta watch that the shapes are like called different things, and then some of them have text. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this red, and then we're gonna make our text yellow, and you guys are gonna notice that it's gonna pop like it's no one's business. So there we have it, guys. I don't like that to a point. Let's see if we can make this a little bit better. You honestly don't want it to actually come too close to your face, because, so how to make a killer thumbnail. So I think that's pretty good. Another Let's make this bigger. Yeah, there we go. So that looks pretty good, guys. You can also make it italics. So if that looks better for you, I think that looks actually really good. But what we could also do is, a lot of people like to make their text big, especially when they are on YouTube, because then it really stands out. So what we're gonna do is, if you drag and hold, you can actually select a lot at once. We're gonna actually make this all bigger. That I think looks pretty good. I think that looks, let's see. Kind of want to make this bigger, guys, I'm not gonna lie. So as you guys can see here, I'm going through here, manipulating it just with my mouse. It's pretty easy to do once you get the hang of it. These little outside bubbles are gonna be your best friend when it comes to, and then we're gonna slide me over, because you wanna remember, you're not the main focus of the thumbnail. You want it to really slide out. So if you're someone who does food, cooking, tech, gaming, anime, whatever it's gonna be, this is the best way to actually make your thumbnails come to life. So we can actually make this, I just wanna show you guys, if we made this white, I think it stands out a tiny bit more because it's white now and because the other one's yellow. So I think it actually contradicts it a little bit. But overall, guys, you guys are going to do contrasting colors and make it really pop. And then also some of my favorite fonts are going to be, why can't I get back to that? That's so weird. Here we go. League Spartan is really good, but Montserrat semi-bold. Montserrat, Playfair Display is pretty good. I think Playfair Display is too like I'm Benjamin Franklin, so I don't actually use that one very much. But let's see, Montserrat. What the heck happened to it? Okay, we're just gonna. Also, remember, guys, you can always use the. Let's see, where did it go? Here we go, Monster Action Bold. You can always use the Control or Command Z button to go back. I make a lot of mistakes in Canva, and I'll be the first to admit it. So if you make a mistake, don't be afraid to hit the undo button and go back. So guys, there we have it. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger as our final product, and that is our thumbnail. So actually, I'm not gonna have it touching me at all. I just don't want that. So there we go, guys. So there is the ultimate thumbnail in Canva. Now there are some cool ways to make me kind of pop. These are kind of cheating in a way, but essentially if we go here, you can actually click on yourself and then you can actually copy and paste it. And then what you can do is here, go to adjust and then turn everything up and then turn your blur to where you almost blur yourself out. And then this is kind of cool. So if you go here, you can actually put it over you, send it back, and now you got yourself a glow. So I think that is super cool because it makes you kind of look like you're popping off or like you got a halo effect. So keep that in mind, guys. I hope this was helpful. Hit that like button if you guys are enjoying this video. But anyways, guys, this is how to make a killer thumbnail. So see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.